No. Life on the road's no good for animal.
Yeah, too many women, too many towns.
And in that...
Hey everybody, welcome to Stupid O'Clock, the Saturday night edition, with a little armchair rocket science thrown in just a little bit.
And in the immortal words of Nito Lanning, less than quality programming.
Absolutely. If we had quality programming, nobody'd watch.
It's time for everybody's favorite show, but hopefully you'll stick around and watch us anyway.
Yeah. I was looking for something.
We're all looking for something.
Looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love in too many faces.
And being careful taking that MRI.
Yeah.
Remove all jewelry before entering the machine.
Well, it was 100% silicone.
The silicone was 100% silicone. It wasn't stating that there was not a metal core.
This is true. It could have been one of those...
People need to read the entire label.
Mm-hmm. Hello,
Hey,
Zach.
Zach.
I'll send him a link. I'm going to send you a link on your
Well,
Discord.
I think he's already live.
Oh, is he?
But
Yes,
I'm
there's
wondering if that butt plug reached launch velocity.
Well, it made it all the way up into the above. It
It
launched.
made it past Uranus.
Oh yeah. They
Oh,
showed
go to
it
hell.
the X-ray, and it was up in
In their chest.
up in this area.
I believe the term the Navy uses is rail gun.
Yeah.
Rail gun.
I believe that probably left more than a spot on the gurney.
Mm. Nina, you may want to check it with a what is it? The neodymium magnet, preferably one of the super strong ones, because
Or a
they
metal
found
detector.
or a metal detector.
Just take it to the airport. Say, can I borrow your metal detector for a minute? I'm good.
Yeah, he's getting ready for the stream.
We may join you then. Damn it.
Well, I need to get written permission to broadcast their stream, so I can't do that.
I didn't say broadcast it. We'll just go over there and sit in his living room for the next few minutes.
Oh,
It's down another degree. I'm not used to this. It's actually comfortable in here in July.
yeah, I got a feeling before the end of the show you're going to turn the dang thing off.
I will probably turn it down on low and the thermostat on. The thermostat on it down to something a whole lot lower than wide ass open. It's only a little bitty air conditioner. I didn't think it would work this well.
Yeah. Oh, these little air conditioners. I mean, just these little bitty things are what we're used to growing up is a 220 that you could barely get in the window.
I pretty much need to buy one of those for the kitchen window.
Hey, Joe.
But
I see that. That's written permission.
well, now that puts us in a whole new territory.
Don't it though? That's almost like being big time. What time are you going live, Zach? Just so we know when to jump in.
I think Zach's going live at 11:30, and they're going live at 11:45.
Good question. Next question. Are they going to launch tonight?
Hey, we'll find out after the last hold.
Okay. Next question. Why did they scrub the launch yesterday? Did they ever say?
It was dirty.
I hadn't heard.
Me neither. Last I heard is they scrubbed the launch and didn't say why.
That's an even better
some
question.
little guy with a Roman helmet was wandering around on the launch pad going, I lost my Illudium whatever the damn thing was.
238 space modulator.
Right. That's the ticket. Good grief. Get to a comfortable temperature and I start getting
static first last night. Hopefully we don't see me.
Yeah, this is the 16th launch of this booster.
Is that the record right now?
Yeah.
Hey.
Now I'm curious. Let's see if Joe or Zach knows. Is it with the same engines, or do they re-engine the thing every so often?
They may have re-engined this one. I don't know. But a lot of times it's, Elon wants to actually land one and
Refuel it and go?
refuel it and go.
Well, run it through the car wash and then.
They don't even do that anymore, I don't think.
Before they used to, pressure wash it all the way down. Now they just pressure wash seams and do the quick X-ray.
Yeah. Oh, I did not get the chain link fence gate installed today. As I predicted, not all of the parts that were necessary are included in the kit. So tomorrow, I have to go and find the other half of the hinges. It included the female half of the hinges. Now I got to go and buy the male half of the hinges.
Make sure you take one of the females with you.
That is my plan. Take everything out of the box.
They're always right.
Find the existing hinge sockets, and find the other half of the hinge that has the pins.
Speaking of hinges, have you heard that they're building a $2.1 billion tunnel under Stonehenge?
No.
I'd heard that, but I was hoping that it would get scuttled before.
Apparently, they're going ahead with it, and they're going to build a automotive tunnel under the land that Stonehenge is on.
Just in from Rocket Lab, due to unfavorable weather conditions, the Baby Come Back mission is now targeting no earlier than July 17th.
So the mission tonight got scrubbed?
No, Rocket Lab.
Oh, Rocket Lab. That's their New Zealand thing.
Yeah.
They're going to put 7 satellites up or something like that.
Yeah. Well, you remember when we were covering that one launch of Rocket Lab, the ice was blowing off the rocket sideways.
From the wind.
They
had the wind out on the launch pad, and the weather was so bad, it was blowing all the ice off the side of the rocket.
And Stephanie was with us and went, they're not going to launch with that.
No, they better not launch with that.
Rocket Lab, their New Zealand launches used to be a lot more exciting before they moved the sheep fence back away from the launch pad.
Oh, yeah.
Because the sheep would be sitting out there and that thing would light off and you'd see livestock just scatter. It was hilarious.
Oh, and Nita, you're exactly right. I've got to make sure that I get the right size hinge pins.
Now the things go off and they sort of back to eating the grass. Oh, it's funny watching the McGregor engine test. The cows never move. Not even a twitch. It's just they're doing it again.
For those of you who don't know, Chick-fil-A has this interesting little marketing thing where they put these fiberglass cows up on the billboard, and the cows are up there painting signs that say like eat more chicken and all the other, jokes that they put up. A few years back, some people up in Joe's neck of the woods climbed up on a billboard one night, unbolted them things, and stole the Chick-fil-A cows.
So why'd you do that?
There was their Chick-fil-A put a reward out. Then all of a sudden, Chick-fil-A pulled their reward and the cows reappeared.
Appeared. Yes. Interestingly enough, I know where I do know who was involved. Some of them. It was a team effort, so to speak.
It was a team effort,
Yes.
and one of them was the son of the franchise owner.
But I love how they were afraid they'd get caught. You know, they didn't want to drive around with a cow in the back, a fiberglass cow in the back of the pickup truck. So I love how they hid the cows. There's this big cattle field in Saudi Daisy, right where the highway and the freeway go through, South Saudi Daisy. They just rode out there, put them out there where the cows hung out next to the shade trees, and left them there. Nobody thought of a thing about it. Even the cows that were in the field didn't.
The neighbors are kind of quiet, but that's okay.
Yeah. I just saw Rich.
Hey, Bert. Hey, Bert.
I just saw Rich and Don.
Me, man. I think she
just
likes
sort of-
me. She hasn't taken her eyes off me for about 2 hours now.
Dawn was sort of shocked when she found out one of the people involved. Rich just covered his head. Oh, did y'all see?
No wonder the reward disappeared really freaking quick.
Uh-huh.
It was a publicity stunt back when they were getting a lot of flack about, you know, not supporting gay rights and stuff, anti-gay and all that sort of stuff like that. So they basically, it was a P.T. Barnum brilliant advertising ploy.
Yeah.
Is so many people were out there wondering what happened to the Chick-fil-A cows. Nobody listened to any of the protesters. It was brilliant.
Well, y'all remember the video of the Waffle House fight where the chair got thrown?
Yeah.
That has now been topped. A guy stole a tractor in Atlanta. And, well, you know, the fancy hotel that we were talking about last night?
Mm-hmm.
It was from that area. It was a John Deere with the bat wing on the back of it.
Okay.
Enclosed cab. They finally cornered him in the Waffle House parking lot after he hit cars.
Excuse me. As a former tractor jockey, you've got to be under the influence to be hitting cars with the tractor, or you've got to be really pissed off at the owners of those cars.
There was some intoxication involved.
I believe alcohol was involved. Yes.
But yeah, he stole the tractor.
Well, have you priced them lately?
Especially John Deere.
A new one?
Oh,
Have you priced them ever?
This was one of them 4-wheel drive jobs.
Oh Lord, you talking? It'd be cheaper to buy 2 houses in downtown New York than it would be to buy that tractor.
And it had the brush guard on the front end. He was pushing cars.
In Santa Rosa, California, someone broke into a National Guard armory and stole a Humvee. The police have no suspects. There have been multiple sightings of the Humvee in the area, but police can't find it. And apparently, whoever's got it only drives it at night, off-road, with blackout drives. So nobody ever really sees it that well. They just hear it because Humvees have a very distinctive sound. And so apparently they know he's out there driving around at night with the blackout drives on. The vehicle in question is an older Humvee and was actually due to be turned in for disposal.
Somebody wanted that.
That's somebody's baby, and they didn't want it going to the scrapyard. And I bet he lives within 12 miles of that National Guard Armory.
If not,
And probably has a card to get on base.
It's National Guard Armory. It's like, it's like going down to the DMV. It's that big a building. It's that big a building with that big a parking lot and a fence around it. And, that's their motor pool.
I would think that the list of suspects would be rather slim on that one.
No, I'd be willing to bet every armory in the United States usually has somewhere between 150 and 300 people, depending on the level of the armor.
Well, I meant somebody had to adopt that one in particular.
Maybe. Hey, Humvee's been around since the mid 80s, so
Yeah, I know, but somebody in the motor pool took care of that one.
probably.
What did they replace the Humvee with?
Nothing really, just newer Humvees, but they do have a lot of other armored vehicles that are coming in. They got this trend. I see them. I don't know. They keep saying they're adopting them, but I don't know how official they are. You see these vehicles that look kind of like a cross between a Humvee and a dune buggy. They don't have doors. Some of them don't have roofs. And as many times as me and my guys have sat around in the rain, the snow, the ice, the hail, the sandstorms in a Humvee, a vehicle without doors or roofs probably ain't that damn good a vehicle.
This is true.
I mean, they spent all that money on air conditioners for Humvees in the desert. Now they have a vehicle that doesn't even have a roof.
Mm-hmm.
Whose bright damn idea was that?
Well, have y'all seen the video of this woman coming up to a guy at a gas station who had the 4-axle tactical truck, looked like a Humvee crossed with an Oshkosh? And she goes, "Do you really have to have something like this?" He went, "Yeah." She goes, "What good is it for? To drive around?" He was just laughing at her.
I imagine so.
He's not wrong.
Also, it depends on what tractor and what size you're getting. If you're getting something along the lines of a Massey Ferguson 1830, it's going to run you around $25,000.
This was a 4-wheel drive John Deere.
I'm closed cab.
Probably about
That ups the ante just a hair.
Depending on the
that's
size
probably
of it,
80 starting out.
Yeah.
depending on the size of it, you could be talking about $250,000.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
said
would,
80 is a starting point.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
That's without the chrome wheels.
and this one was it was 2 steps before you got to cab level.
Oh, one of the big bunjumbos.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if it was one that was had the dualies on the front as well as the back, you're talking.
No, it wasn't the dualies, but it was probably 24s on the front.
I'm guessing the starting price was around $100,000.
That's for the paint.
Somebody got a picture of it?
I'll go look.
You're awesome, John.
You did
It's
say
probably
Atlanta.
on.
I'm
It's
gonna get a
probably
big
on
hit.
my page. It's on my page or Stupid O'Clock.
Hang on.
Oh, what happened?
Ah, there we go. Ooh, it is one of the big ones. It's got the 8 wheels on it.
Oh, it is Dooley's.
Yeah, let's see. There's Fox 5 in Atlanta, and then there's News 2. I think I'll go with News 2. At least they got a picture of the tractor. Ooh, it's
Yeah,
got weights on the front. Oh,
Yeah, it's got
that's
weights
stock.
on the nose and
Wait a minute. That's the
Well,
stock picture. Let me see if I can find. There's a high-speed 20-mile-per-hour chase. That's high speed for a tractor.
Yeah.
Here we go. No, the one he was driving was more of a standard farm tractor. I did find some pictures of the event here.
yeah, we can show the pictures. We can't show video.
Just can't do the video. Yeah.
It's not that big, Joe. That thing's only about maybe 8 foot tall to the top of the cab.
Well, if you look at it next to those cars, it's a fairly good sized tractor.
Yeah, I mean, well, if you look at it, the cops are bigger than the tires. I mean, let me, I'll bring that thing up here, show everybody instead of just looking at it. So, because my mama taught me to sure. All right, there you go, Joe.
Oh yeah, that's probably in the $48,000 to $60,000 range.
And it ain't brand new either.
No, it's
Yeah, but it's got one of those batwing mowers on it.
That's probably a state tractor.
Yep. They don't always paint in yellow.
Not always.
No, well, could be a contractor mower too.
Yeah.
They may contract for mowing around the freeways.
Judging
And-
from how much that paint has faded, that's at least, I'd say 5 years old.
Yeah. At
Well,
least.
5 years old still, and John Deere, it's still
Well, yeah,
in the $100,000 range real quick.
It hasn't depreciated much, but it's you had me thinking he got one right off the lot.
No.
And it's weird that I can judge the age of a tractor by how much the paint has faded.
How come I can see that guy when he stops in the Waffle House parking lot? The cops all jump out there, try to get him. He looks out and goes, "Hey, y'all eating at Waffle House too?"
No, it was. They carried him out of that tractor. They popped him in the head a couple times with the stun gun before they pulled the trigger. Because he was fighting in the seat. That's not a good sign. You've done lost the fight at that point.
You've done lost the fight when they get the door open to the cab.
He didn't lock the door.
I don't think you can lock those, actually.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
You can lock them from the inside.
I don't remember that, but it's been a while.
Now, we had an operator at work that he'd get into the backhoe and he'd lock the door. And if foreman walked up to talk to him, he cracked the window open to talk to him.
Hey, if I got the air conditioner going, that's what I'm going to do. It's hot out there. I opened the door.
It's hot out there. It's cold out there.
I'm just picturing a sovereign citizen talking to a supervisor. 18 USC says I don't have to answer questions.
You will answer the question.
Beretta
My
says
question is out your damn mind. Get out of the cab. It's time to go home.
that dead or alive, boy, you come in with me. We are talking about Georgia cops now.
Oh yeah.
Dead or alive, creep. You're coming with me.
Well, it was Gwinnett County or whatever that county is that's at the Hilton Airport.
That's Fulton County, if it's
Fulton.
an airport. Yeah, that's the one Atlanta's the county seat of.
Sounds like something that would happen to the Fulton County just west of here.
Named after Robert Fulton.
No clue what the Fulton County just west of here was named after.
Oh.
Well,
Do y'all remember the show Live
Mr.
PD?
Fulton.
Yes.
I loved Live PD. Marietta's police department joined in on it, and they would wait till Friday and Saturday night to go
filming.
Well, to go do the outstanding warrant pickups.
That wasn't done on purpose, was it?
Nah.
Made for good broadcasts.
There's I can't think of his name, police officer up in Minneapolis. He's live as he's doing his live patrol. I think it's like the sheriff or something up in Minneapolis. But it's similar to the live PD only. Yeah, it's basically Facebook Live PD.
Well, seeing as how we're talking about crime in general, I was informed today that there is now a suspect in custody charged with at least 4 of the Long Island serial killings.
Saw that on the news.
That's right up your alley, Dan.
I know, and I got the news on Facebook, believe it or not. This is something that's been heavily investigated for many, many years. And I forget right now if it was 10 or 12 victims, but this guy's charged with 4, and another guy may have been charged with 2 to 4, but they don't know whether or not they've got enough evidence to bring him to trial yet. So this is one of those things where it's going to be a media circus, and they got him alive. They didn't have to kill him to bring him in. So when the trial happens, expect all kinds of stuff.
Don't know. That was, yeah.
I mean, this is on the order of catching Ted Kaczynski. A long reign of terror.
Oh yeah. Actually, Chris and I were in Knoxville when Mr. Kaczynski was found unalived.
Unresponsive.
Well, that observation was made in the Facebook post by one of the commenters. If they could keep him from accidentally becoming deceased before trial date, they might be able to get a whole lot more evidence.
On the Long Island guy.
Hmm. And a lot more families would get some closure. So,
Well, what about the guy from Texas that just started admitting to all the murders that he committed and started telling where the bodies were?
I would say if they went out there on his instructions and found actual bodies, then that's the one.
Excuse me.
And what the thing was, he started telling this a week before he got to ride Sparky. He was sort of hoping they would postpone the execution.
Yeah, try and get some more information out of him.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, if his information was correct, and they did find more bodies in the locations he specified, then they had the right guy.
Well,
Grief.
one of them was found here in Chattanooga. Another one was found down in Trenton, Georgia. Chattanooga had already collected the body, and she was a Jane Doe. And
so the locations did. Well, it depends on the amount of publicity. Did he have a chance to find out about the body once it was collected as a Jane Doe? 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Yeah.
Can't tell whether or not he knew about it beforehand.
Yeah.
You okay, Chris?
Just can't believe it. We were talking about tractors, and naturally, Facebook's always listening. Get an ad for Ag Pro, which is a John Deere dealership, an X350 lawnmower, brand new with only a 42-inch deck, $3,999. It's ridiculous.
That's a yard mower, right?
Yeah. I ain't paying $4,000 for a riding mower. What a bunch of horseshit.
I paid about $2,000 for a zero-turn John Deere lawnmower.
Yeah, but that's different.
Oh, I told you about my son's John Deere riding mower, didn't I?
If you did, I've forgotten.
It had some hours on it, like 1,000.
That's an awful lot for a lawnmower, but he's got a business.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, that was before he bought it.
That was before he bought it.
Yeah, it's probably about time for some routine maintenance.
Yeah, it started backfiring through the carburetor and just knocking, and we're thinking, we're gonna have to put a motor in it. So I took it, to a repair shop out in East Ridge. Well, it's across the line into Georgia. I pull it out there on the trailer. I get on and I crank it up, and the guy's going, ooh. He goes, yeah, something's wrong with it. I said, tell me about it. It had completely spit out a push rod.
That's not.
They ain't supposed to do that.
Well, it was an exhaust push rod, which is why it was backfiring through the carburetor. It's a 2-cylinder. Over on the other side, it had a bent push rod, and the intake was barely opening. It should not have run.
No, it
No.
shouldn't. But luckily, it didn't throw it down through the oil pan or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy says, I've never seen one with a push rod bent up this bad and survive.
Hmm.
But he went in, adjusted to the valves, put in 2 new push rods. Well, actually 2 used push rods, but good push rods. Put a new starter on it for $250.
Oh, that's a bargain right there.
Yeah.
I mean, good grief.
He did good by you.
I'd expect that as, 15 minutes of a labor charge for some shops.
Yeah.
No, Carl, he's talking about Craig's riding mower. And hello, Carl. Hello, Donna. And hello, Megan.
Well, Grillzilla is just almost too big to be pulled around the yard with that mower. Oh, SpaceX just went live.
Whoa.
Well, let's hope everything works out.
Targeting launch at 11:50.
8 minutes and counting.
You said it wrong. It's T minus 8 minutes and counting.
Pedant.
In the writing business, that's called foreshadowing.
Oh, Dan, I told you I found the my missing project.
Once again, if you did, I forgot.
Yeah, about the paranormal.
The writing project.
Yeah, the writing project. The one that just disappeared.
You found it.
I found it.
Where was it?
Bigfoot's house.
In my camper folder.
Okay, now that's foreshadowing right there.
It just somehow when I went to save it, instead of going, into my writing projects folder, it went into my camper folder.
So now the question is, are you going to keep developing it?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
You better.
It'll be a hell town of a story.
No, it's Fort Campbell.
Oh.
Oh, congratulations, Carl.
Good. Let's throw that up there. Yeah.
Guy ordered a book on his phone right then and there, and a few others got told about the books. All right.
Carl, that's good. Congratulations.
And we talked up Uncle Sugar.
Uncle Carl's secret humor group.
Uncle Sugar.
So that's who. Carl, I'm getting requests from Secret Humor Group to approve anybody, and I'm going, nope, not doing it.
That's what happens when you are
a moderator.
Moderator status. Yep.
Yeah.
Head out. I'm feeling better than I was last night, but still like so I wanted to stop in and say hi.
Oh, Hi.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Appreciate you dropping in, Don. It's good to see
Yeah.
You know, you're always welcome. Poke your head in.
Well, yeah,
Make a
especially when
few-
it's not,
Make a few inappropriate comments.
I don't even know. Did I make any inappropriate comments? I don't think
Not
so.
yet.
That I'm
That's
aware
why.
of. No. It's
Not
about
yet,
time,
but
though.
we're always hopeful.
But well, Rich and Dan saw me last night. I think I'm doing a little bit better tonight.
You do look like
You
you're feeling
sound
a little bit better.
So, but you guys have fun watching the rocket.
All
Have a good
right.
night.
You
All
too.
right. Good night.
Good
All right.
night.
I've got it set ready to pull up.
I see that.
They're at 4 minutes to launch. We're just going to cover launch to landing.
Cool. Okay. Let's talk about this rocket. Let me see. Find some rocket news here real quick. SpaceX. All right. Let me see. Yeah.
As opposed to the rocket we
I'm
were talking
reading-
about at the beginning of the show.
I'm reading from Florida Today. They posted it 32 minutes ago. Let me see here. Launch of a Falcon 9. They better give me some better information than that. Fueling is underway. Yeah, duh. Launch Complex 40.
Hmm.
See, liftoff. Oh, darn it! They're not telling me which rocket it is.
It's the one they're getting ready to launch.
It's number 1058. It was actually, its first flight was taking Bob and Doug to the space station.
They're launching it with 54 Starlink internet satellites.
Yeah.
Now, I got another couple of boxes of things today,
Uh-oh.
and I am not building my own Mach 5.
Liar.
I swear, I am not building my own Mach 5.
Oh,
Those
you
jump
fixed
jacks,
to put new headlights in the Kia?
yeah, I'm putting new ones on
I want to see the
because I am tired of
buzzsaw
being able
blades come out underneath the fenders.
He's building a Mach 3. There's only 3 afterburners.
Oh, I wish if I had that kind of money, I wouldn't be working right now. No,
Go
when
ahead, throw her up there, Joe.
Yeah, Dan, we'd probably be on a concert tour.
Vroom, vroom. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was watching some special on the internet the other day. Oh, yeah, throw her up there, Joe. And the guy built his own Mach 5.
Oh, yeah. I've seen.
Yeah, there was one in one of the DragonCon parades. It looked gorgeous too.
1 minute.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
And there's that call out that Falcon 9 is in startup. This means that the flight computers have taken over the countdown and the rocket is on internal power. In just a few moments, we'll hear confirmation from our launch director.
SpaceX launch director, go for launch.
And as you just heard, the launch director has given the final go to proceed for tonight's launch. So let's sit back and watch as Falcon 9 takes our last 54 V1.5 Starlink satellites into space.
Wow, Zach sounds a whole lot
30 seconds.
different when he's doing his job instead of when he's relaxing with us.
No, this isn't Zach. This is SpaceX.
Oh,
It was
okay. I
already-
thought that was Zach's voice.
It did sound a bit like
15 seconds.
It sounded a lot like him.
10 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
It's good.
1. Ignition. Engines full power. And liftoff of SpaceX Falcon 9. Go Falcon, go Starlink.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
And you got to realize this is the 16th time.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Plus 30 seconds, Falcon 9 has successfully
up until
lifted
these
off from
guys
Space
came
Launch
along, it
Complex
was
40
one
from
and
Cape
done.
At 11:50 p.m. Eastern Time.
Now they're going.
Hold up. More efficient.
Power and telemetry nominal.
It looks good.
Oh yeah.
Not to mention cost effective.
Falcon 9 supersonic.
And there you heard that call.
That one's already well, except that it keeps taking up SpaceX cargo. I think it's already paid for itself.
Yeah, my cousin lives in Daytona.
You can see stuff going up from the Cape from Daytona.
Oh yeah,
I can witness that.
And there's that call out for Max Q.
He
This is the point at which the vehicle experiences the greatest
he
amount
says
of
all I gotta
external
do is
stresses
walk out
as
the
it descends through
driveway.
the Earth's
He's got a
atmosphere.
chair. He takes out and sits in the driveway, watches on his phone.
I was down there one time on vacation, and NASA sent something up. I
We're
walked
about a
out on the
minute away
beach,
from a
MVAC
series
chill has started.
not
series of
expecting to be
events,
able to
MECO,
see
stage
anything.
separation, SES-1, and
I
fairing
could see
separation.
it clear as
MECO,
day.
or main engine cutoff, is where all 9 of the Merlin or M1D engines on the first stage shut down. This is followed by stage separation, which is when the first and second stages separate. Then we have SES-1, or second engine start 1, where we light the Merlin vacuum engine on the second stage.
The
And
plume's
lastly, we'll
starting
have
to
fairing
spread
separation,
out.
which is when the two
Yeah.
fairing halves separate
That
and
means
fall away
it's
from stage
up
2.
above
So keep an eye out for these
atmosphere,
events, which will happen in quick
and
succession.
the nozzles aren't effective enough.
Well, there's just not as much air pressure holding the flame.
Yeah, not enough air pressure.
Okay.
So was this launched from Cape Kennedy as opposed to Boca Chica?
Yeah, Canaveral Space Force Station.
Main engine cutoff.
Yep.
Blue.
Stage separation confirmed.
MVAC ignition.
And there we had MECO, followed by stage separation and SES-1. Coming up shortly will be fairing separation.
Fairing separation confirmed.
And there we heard and saw those two fairing halves separating and falling away from the second stage. Both of the fairing halves that flew on tonight's mission are flight proven, with one half flying for the 9th time and the other flying for its 10th.
Wow, everything on this
thing's
thing's been in
recover
space
both fairing
before.
halves using our
Oh
recovery
yeah,
vessel, Doug.
only thing new is the satellites in the second stage.
So what was MECO or NICO?
MECO, main engine cutoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And look how hot that thing gets.
How quick it got that hot.
Yeah.
Now the fuel that's coming, that it's burning, is actually coming out of the rocket. That nozzle is made of tubes.
On your screen right now is a view of our MVAC
And the
engine at
fuel
very
is
bottom of
going
the
through
second stage,
that
carrying our
to
Starlink
heat
satellites
up
orbit.
to burn.
Vehicles are on a nominal trajectory.
And to cool
Currently,
off
the
the
first stage
actual
And to cool
will
the
thruster
Earth,
novel.
our drone ship with a short fall of gravitas.
Novel. Yeah, I couldn't write a novel like that.
Now this MVAC engine will continue its burn for another couple of minutes.
If you look right there
and you
at
can
the
watch the
where the
velocity
engine goes
increasing
from
at the
cherry
bottom
red to
right-hand side of your
dark,
screen.
you'll see a ring, and that's actually where you can see it right there. That's where the fuel gets pumped in to circulate and go back into the rocket.
Yeah, that's been tried and tested for quite a number of years.
Oh yeah. I think going all the way back
4
to
minutes
Minotaur.
in, and it's 139 or 140 kilometers up. That's booking.
For those of you who are just joining us, we had an on-time liftoff at 11:50 p.m. Eastern Time from Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station.
Both vehicles are still on a nominal trajectory.
Tonight's Starlink mission marks SpaceX's 47th launch of the year and 246th mission to date.
And if I could see that screen better,
Now, on your screen right now is a view of our MVAC engine on the second stage, currently carrying
7,300 miles per hour.
Kilometers.
Kilometers per hour. Oh, well.
We may get views of our first stage as it descends back to Earth.
I had to look too.
Hey, I can't read it at this size.
Hey, if it's landing at 7,000 miles an hour at 7,500 miles, it ain't landing. It's crashing.
Will join the rest of our Starlink
Yeah, but that's not the landing
global
speed. That's
internet to over 1.5 million people around the globe.
That's the second stage
in
speed.
Guatemala and
Yeah,
Cyprus,
the one on the
more countries around the world to
7,000
be announced soon.
is the booster. That's what's landing.
Oh, the booster that's landing. Okay.
The one on the right, the altimeter and the
Up in about
speed
15
is
seconds,
the
we
booster,
should
or
hear
is the
Second
the
stage.
Stage 1
Second
entry burn
stage.
start up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 13,000 kilometers per hour.
Just hit
14,000.
Entry burn startup.
And
rising.
the Stage 1 entry burn. Stage 1, which we also call the booster, has ignited
Oh.
engines
Yep,
1,
there they
5,
go.
and 9 to
It's
slow
re-entering
down
the
for
atmosphere
atmospheric re-entry.
Watch it slow
and look
down.
at that! Look at that drop. So they put the brakes on, all right.
Well, not only that, you have gravity help bringing it down too.
And there's that call out that the entry burn on the first
They
stage.
just lost
The first stage
2,000
used to
kilometers
launch our
per hour.
54 Starlink
Yeah.
satellites into space tonight
In
is
just
flying
a
for
couple
the
of seconds.
16th time. Now we have one more burn on the first stage, and that is the landing burn, which should be coming up in just over a minute from now. The center engine, E9 specifically, is the engine that relights
Yeah, it's
before
just
landing
now
burn
hitting the
to slow it
atmosphere
down before
good.
it touches
So
the drone
you'll
ship.
see the speed really start dropping as those drag fins and everything start catching.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It froze.
What
Smack
froze?
your computer, Joe.
Do what?
Smack your computer. Oh, there you go.
No, their signal froze.
They're not supposed to have lag. They have Starlink.
Really?
They are Starlink.
Just below 10 kilometers now.
One transonic.
Yeah,
And
but they
there's
can't
that
afford to
call out
use their
that the
own
first stage is
service, so they're
transonic,
using
which means
Verizon
it is
Wi-Fi.
traveling near the speed of sound.
Stage 1 and Stage 2 FTS.
Windstream.
Actually,
Coming up next, we have
T-Mobile
a
is
landing
who
burn on the first
Starlink's
stage, which will
matching
start
up
in
with.
about 20
Yeah.
seconds from now.
Again, they can't afford to use their own services, so they've got to use Verizon.
T-Mobile and Verizon are.
No, that glitch was probably between YouTube and us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stage
2
All right, they're 2
kilometers
miles
up.
up, or they're 2 clicks up and coming in hot.
Terminal
There
guy.
you go.
There's confirmation that the stage
They
1 landing burn
slowed
has
down
started
quite a
in preparation
bit.
to touchdown on our drone
One
ship,
click, half a
we're called
click.
Gravitas. Keep an eye out for the
400
landing lanes that are
meters,
scheduled to
300
deploy just
meters,
moments before the
200
landing.
meters, 100
Stage
meters,
one, landing
and there's the
deployed.
boat. Landing
There
legs.
was the boat.
There she sits.
0 miles per hour.
And there you have it. Falcon 9 has successfully landed, marking
Ooh,
its
she got a
16th landing
lean.
for this booster. And we are now awaiting second
Either that
engine
or the
cutoff
camera
coming up
do.
in a few seconds.
No, that's the booster leaning.
Yeah.
Okay.
It came in a little hot.
MVAC shutdown.
Yeah. That's going to need a new set of code paint.
Tonight's landing of our first stage marks our 207th overall landing of an orbital class rocket and our 246th mission to date for tonight's mission.
Expected loss of signal Cape. Nominal
Yeah,
orbital
Carl, it
altitude.
did look like it was going to miss the
And
boat.
there's that
It was
call
off centered.
nominal orbital
Just
insertion.
a hair.
Now, as mentioned earlier
too
in the
bad.
webcast, tonight's
No,
launch is the
considered
last launch of
considered
all
how big the
1.5
Atlantic
Starlink
Ocean is.
satellites. A huge thank you
Um,
and congratulations to the entire Starlink team here at SpaceX. We look forward to launching V2s and V2 minis while further innovating our Starlink sats. And that will bring tonight's webcast to a close for this evening. Be sure to check our social media for confirmation of Starlink satellite deployment. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
And that's it.
All right, with that, it's been a hell of a day. I'm not feeling good. I'm going to have to toss and tell, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay, Rich.
I
Good night,
understand.
Richie.
I was that way Thursday, Rich.
But I'm alive. I'm just under the weather. See you guys later.
All
Get to
right.
feeling better, man.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Good night.
Take it easy.
Oh. So yeah, that was, 16 flights in a year and a half.
Just for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the 47th launch this year. Something like 240 landings.
What is the life expectancy of the Starlink satellites?
5 years.
Okay.
Have they made provisions for those things to deorbit themselves and burn?
They've already been deorbiting
Okay, I
some
just
of the
wondered.
first ones.
I just wondered. I mean, I know the optical astronomers are really getting head up over it, and some of the radio astronomers are getting head up over it. Just got to some bright soul is going to have to come up with new filters. That's all.
Well,
Well,
that or they need to come up with a Roomba for close Earth orbit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they've started putting sunshades on them to where the solar panels don't reflect back down.
Well, there was an article I read earlier this week that some of the radio telescope astronomers are picking up, shall we say, a little bit of
Tracking.
signal that they're having trouble filtering out of their astronomy programs. Maybe some of the shielding on these things, as far as not exactly the signal they're supposed to be sending, is getting through. So technology will evolve. I mean,
Well, there's a guy on YouTube who has a scanner and a antenna, a directional antenna, and he can, pick up the tracking signal off of it. And it's like, watch this. And goes, and then looks at over here and over here.
Yeah, like I said, it's just a matter of writing filters in the programs that analyze the incoming radio signals and cleaning that out of the data, and hoping that you're not missing actual astronomy signals in that frequency.
Well, if you want to actually get, people have laughed at me when I said this, but if you want to get that long range, deep space communication, if there's any out there, you need to try to see if they're modulating gravity waves.
That ain't easy.
Yeah. Because that's going to be your subspace communication. It will be gravity waves. Because that can actually nearly move faster than the speed of light. What?
No, I'm just. I can imagine Stephanie Osborne going, Well, technically, and setting us straight on that one, yeah.
Whose ape-descended life forms were so incredibly dense as to think digital watches were still a pretty neat idea.
Yeah, Carl's got the right idea. He says, I'm beginning to feel like Stephen Hawking. Let's not let anyone know.
Let's not get anybody's attention. Yeah. We know from our own history that when an advanced society contacts a less advanced society, it never goes really good for the less advanced society.
Yeah. And if they do know we're here, they roll up the windows and lock the doors as they come by.
I don't blame them a bit. I roll up the windows and lock the doors, just driving around my fellow human beings.
Oh.
I used to roll up the windows and lock the doors when I parked my car at Mom and Dad's house. My little brother would go in. If I didn't lock the car, he'd go in there and be playing on my CB radio talking to New York City.
Boy, Megan just nailed it. Alabama, the universe.
Oh, Lord. That's funny.
Well, wait a minute. Wasn't the Waffle House chair incident in Atlanta also?
I think it was in Georgia, probably Metro Atlanta. Sounds right. Georgia does have more Waffle Houses than any other state in the country.
Well, that's where they're from, actually.
Beaumont Waffle House. Yeah.
I think Georgia's got 100 more than the
Oh my
next
God!
What?
There's an article in Newsweek about the Waffle House fight. Let me see here.
Oh yeah. When a girl catches it, when a member of the staff who happens to be a female catches the damn chair and hits somebody with it, that's pretty damn impressive. I don't care where it is or who you are.
You know, when I saw the chair flying, I'm going, oh, we got a Geraldo incident. Dang.
Shit, that's Jerry Springer.
No, it was Geraldo that caught the chair across the nose.
Yeah, I imagine you did, Carl.
Oh.
The U.S. military has many branches defending our country. Let's see, Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, and Waffle House employees.
I'll see these videos of, people in Florida. Oh, man, it's just a tropical storm. We ain't going to do that. Oh, it's moved up to a 1? Okay, that ain't no problem.
The close Waffle House, everybody duck and cover.
Yeah. Really?
It's a 5? Yeah. What's the Waffle House doing? Oh, they boarded up the windows?
Okay, hang on a minute.
Yeah, we're gone.
Yeah. Time to get in the car and clog up the highways.
If there's still time to do it.
Well, that's the thing. They wait until the Waffle House closes and then they get in the car. Oh, Stephanie. Oh, won't nobody mess with us then.
Hey, you know why the countries want to invade us? They've seen too many rednecks with bass boats. Our citizens are better armed than some, military bases.
Basically, if you go by hunting permits in some of the northern states, there's a couple of places up there that actually hunters outnumber most of the countries in the world as far as military forces.
It says outside Atlanta.
Yeah, I was saying it's Metro Atlanta. It wasn't the actual city.
Oh, here we go. It's Buford Highway in Georgia.
Okay. That tells me a lot right there. I've been on Buford Highway.
Okay, that's Gwinnett County.
Yep.
That's Marietta.
No, that's Lawrenceville, that area.
Oh.
Yep.
In fact, there is a city in Gwinnett County called Buford. Buford Dam is the dam that Lake Lanier.
Covered in kung food. Yes.
Oh, did you hear about I forget what rapper it was.
That's the guy who posted the video.
He no, there's a rapper down there. One of his kids drowned in Lake Lanier. So the mother is trying to sue Georgia to get to drain Lake Lanier so nobody else will drown.
I think that's kind of futile. I don't care how much
That's
money
Atlanta's main drinking supply. In the Chattahoochee River.
Yep. That's why they want to stick
Lake Allatoona.
That's why they want to stick a straw in the Tennessee River.
Yeah, well, if you didn't have all these damn Yankees that moved into town and people from out west that think they need to water their lawns every damn day, we would have more water.
Well, I love it. TVA, Tennessee's, saying, no, we're going to fight it. We're going to fight it. TVA went, don't worry about it. And they're like, well, what do you mean? He says, they can't stick a straw in it unless we say so.
Yeah, that pretty much...
got the final authority right there.
Well, they are a federal agency, so they say goes.
Yeah, well, believe it or not, the Tennessee River is one of the few rivers that's federally controlled in the United States.
Mm-hmm. There's probably the Missouri River is probably another one because they have some
Mississippi.
Yeah. Mississippi doesn't really have that many dams on it.
No, but the Army Corps of Engineers pretty much owns the whole damn thing.
Well,
they have to. Somebody's got to keep the mud out of it.
Well, they do the flood control of in Louisiana, which is the main part they need to worry about.
Oh, I actually saw a map of the close-up map of the Mississippi River.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you, as much as that river twists and turns coming down through there, if you straightened it out, it'd probably go to South America.
And then some.
All the way through.
It might stretch from the North Pole and South Pole.
The thing is, the Missouri River has more water volume than the Mississippi does.
It's got more mountains and deep areas.
Yes, it does.
But yeah, Tennessee River or the Mississippi River does this all.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ever look at a really good map of the Mississippi River, if they show all the oxbows, the places where it used to flow and then decided it didn't want to flow over there anymore, so it flowed around the other way, and that got cut off, and now it's this weird U-shaped lake.
Well,
there's hundreds of them up through there.
Did you ever see a Frontline show where they were talking about Mississippi trying to change its course again?
No.
I think it was Frontline. It might have been Nova. One of those two PBS shows. When the new Madrid quake happened, the Mississippi changed its flow.
Right.
The lower channel that it flows through is actually the Red River, which flows through New Orleans. Now, the Army Corps of Engineers has done a lot of work to relieve pressure from that channel because it's trying to go down the Atchafalaya River, which is central southern Louisiana. If it ever does change its course, New Orleans will sink because there won't be enough sediment brought up to help support the land masses in the area. And most of the city, if not all of it, will be underwater.
And water will find the path of least resistance.
But yeah, they've done emergency breakaway channels to help relieve the pressure to keep it from changing. And this is without a major earthquake. It's actually the most active region in the country for earthquakes.
Yep.
They're just on a smaller scale. Whereas the San Andreas is second most active. But
The scale
they're
is much larger.
Larger, yeah. And actually, the third most active area is northern Georgia.
Isn't it right around Atlanta?
There is a
fault line that runs
from Dalton to Rome, Georgia. And there's others across various parts.
I can't remember what it's called, but there's this line in Georgia. And it runs down near Columbus, Georgia, and it runs up towards Savannah somewhere.
Oh, you talking about the fault line?
I think that's what it's called. And
yeah, that's where the Piedmont.
This spot, I need to do this backwards so that it looks right on the computer. There's a part where South Georgia has fallen away from North Georgia, and there's this big escarpment right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to do this backwards. Anyway, part of it sank down. There's this big escarpment, and as you drive through any of the highways in Georgia going north through south, you'll see it because all of a sudden you're going uphill or down.
Yeah.
Direction you're traveling.
But the fault line is where the ancient ocean used to
be the ocean.
rise up.
Mm-hmm. That's why we have so much.
Came right up to Atlanta, basically.
That's why we have so much red clay. Used to be a sea bottom.
Yeah, Macon, Columbus, and Augusta. You know, that area. That's the southern border of the Piedmont, the foothills.
Right.
And you have the coastal plain that descends below it. So the soil is a lot more sandy in the southern part of the state. And that's good for growing certain types of vegetables.
Like onions?
Legumes, like peanuts.
And onions.
Pecans. Trees do well down there. Watermelons.
You know, I was watching something. They're talking about, you know, the climate change and the sea level rising and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm living on an island, guys. I ain't moving.
Mm-hmm. I'm not planning on it either.
I'm living on a tropical island.
You know what we need to do, Joe?
What?
We need to start buying sand. Cheap truckloads of sand. Start dumping them down at the bottom of the hill. And when the water levels rise, we'll have a beach. We'll rent out the beach umbrellas and retire.
Well, Thunder Thornton's supposed to start his big project at the bottom of the hill in 2 weeks.
What is he doing?
He's putting in 800 houses.
Jeez. Is that the old golf course /
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golf course over to the river and all that.
Ball fields and
no, ball fields from the ball fields to the C.B. Robinson Bridge. All that property. 800 houses starting at $1 million. You know what that does to my property value, don't it?
It's probably gonna go up.
Oh yeah, house back behind me sold for $3.25
Damn.
at the beginning of the summer.
Yeah. In a way, I'm glad you didn't get that one that you was going to, and the way
Yeah.
I'm not. The way I'm glad is it's even further drive.
Well, I hated it because it was 2 acres, a quarter mile off of Taft Highway,
Yeah.
which means all I'd have to do is put up signs, yard sale.
Mm-hmm.
You know, knock it off, in 10 by 10 squares,
Mm-hmm.
$150 for the weekend
Mm-hmm.
on 2 acres. Hell, that's, more than I make in a year in a weekend.
Yeah, but you have to make sure there's plenty of parking.
Oh, there was.
And yes, y'all are absolutely right. That air conditioner has been turned to low and the thermostat turned down. It is now 83 degrees in this room. Lindsay has gone to bed. The rest of the house feels like a freaking oven.
Well, as I was telling you, Dan, the newer units are a lot more efficient than the older ones. I just don't know how reliable they are in terms of how long they last.
At what I paid for this one, if I get 2 years out of it, I'll be happy. And the next one I buy will be even more efficient.
Okay.
All right, Megan. Yes, I found my candy.
Oh, Joe, we missed that comment Megan made.
What?
Said when you get that island, I will buy it for 1,000,000 ribs. I guarantee you, if Pika had the money, he'd take you up on it. He's still having a fit over those things.
All right, let's see if this is any fun since we're all kind of bored. This is a thing I found. It's 10 celebrities that made it big and then vanished from the public eye.
Okay.
Well, Howard Hughes should be at the top of the list.
Let me see here. Lou Bega.
Yeah, Mama number 5.
Mambo number 5. And one user posted, he's still working on Mambo number 6. Let's see. Mambo number 6 will be a great comeback song. Yeah. The next one is Enya.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when you couldn't walk anywhere without seeing one of her CDs or hearing one of her songs?
Yeah.
Well, you know, she was in the group Clannad before that.
Yep.
They were famous for Harry's Game, which was, I think, used in old Volkswagen commercial and also in Patriot Games, if I'm not
Patriot
mistaken.
Games. That was where I remember it from. Tom Anderson from MySpace. Remember Tom?
Yeah. Tom was everybody's friend.
He was your first friend on MySpace.
I miss that.
Yeah.
He sold MySpace for a decent sum and is now using that money to travel the world and take pictures and put it on his MySpace page.
Put it on his Facebook page.
Yeah.
No, his Instagram.
Yeah, really.
Okay. Chris Tucker.
Yep.
Who?
He was in Rush Hour with
Rush
Jackie
Hour
Chan.
and
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element. Ruby Ride.
Oh, and let's not forget Friday.
Yes. Nelly Furtado, or as I like to call her, Nelly Furtaco. Hey, you have your dreams, I'll have mine. Yeah, she was like everywhere in the starting at 2000 and then just disappeared.
She's done a few things since then, but mostly, yeah.
Here's another good one. Billy Zane.
Oh yeah.
Who was, I mean, he was in all sorts of cool stuff, and then, you know, he was in Titanic. He was the villain in Titanic.
Yeah, he was the husband.
Of course, he was also the Phantom. So
yes,
he was also in Dead Calm with Nicole Kidman.
Yes. And then,
well, except for the Phantom, what pretty much everything he did as the villain.
He's been a good guy, or at least not the main bad guy in a few projects as well.
I was really disappointed the Phantom was not better received. It was probably because I liked it so much for the reason it was really true to the comic.
They stayed close to the comic books.
They stayed close to the Sunday funnies that it was based on. So, yeah.
Exactly.
And that's why nobody liked it.
John Heder is the next one up. I don't know who he is.
He's the one that played Napoleon Dynamite. He was also in the Benchwarmers and Blades of Glory with Will Ferrell.
Gotcha. Okay. Cameron Diaz. I don't know why she's on this list.
Cameron Diaz is in
Bad School Teacher.
Yeah.
No, her latest movie is The Outlaws.
I just heard
remember the movie In-Laws?
Yes.
Cameron Diaz is the girl's mother.
Gotcha.
And Pierce Brosnan is daddy.
Yeah.
And they're international bank robbers.
Well, Hollywood better enjoy all the releases they got in the queue because.
Oh, did you hear Oppenheimer had its premiere in the big film festival over there in Europe? I can't remember what it's called. And two of the main actors walked out of the premiere. They said, nope, actors are on strike. We're out of here.
Yep.
Oliver Stone was like, you just walked out on your own movie. You were already here. You've already made the movie. Yes, you're going on strike with the other actors, but you should have stayed for your fans.
Oh, the big conventions are having panic attacks right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep, San Diego Comic-Con. I heard a lot of the movie studios pull back because they knew this was coming.
And then Dragon Con. No telling what's going to happen at that one.
Well, they've got a number of authors too, so it's not just all media guests. That's the one good thing in their favor. But
as long as the writers don't join the strike as well.
Writers have always been on strike.
Yeah, they're always on strike.
Screenwriters.
Nobody likes writers.
The independent authors go on strike.
Yeah.
Well, the big deal with everybody being on strike, AI.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Artificial intelligence. Hollywood would
there'll be a backlash against that too.
Hollywood would love to have computers that could write movies.
Mm-hmm.
And
because Carl, if you look on HallowCon's page, I posted what the restrictions are for those on strike.
They're not doing any celebrity endorsements anywhere at all.
They can't do conventions. They can't do social media.
Public
can't-
appearances.
Commercials.
They can't talk about projects, future projects.
That's the Screen Actors Guild for you.
Hey,
Yep.
as long
Okay,
as there's a
next-
strike, they can't promote what they've already worked on.
Yep.
Next on the list, Richard Simmons.
Well,
he
his
did-
publicist released a statement earlier this past week saying, he's 75, he's doing good, he's happy, he's healthy, and just
She forgot fabulous.
yeah.
You remember Josh Hutcherson played PETA in the Hunger Games movies?
Yeah.
Apparently he's disappeared. So.
If you don't blow through your money, if you made any, you can make it last a while.
Of course, y'all heard about Robert De Niro's grandson. His drug dealer shot him.
Yeah.
Nope,
Robert De
hadn't heard
Niro's
that one.
grandson was hard on drugs and wasn't paying his drug dealer, something like that. And his drug dealer eventually killed him. So.
Wow.
Well, y'all have heard of Frankie Muniz, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. Malcolm in the Middle.
You know what he's doing now?
I thought he was directing, but
Full-time ARCA driver. Next year, he's already got a couple of the truck series races.
so he's going the Paul Newman route.
Yep. And he's finishing well. He's not winning, but,
Mm-hmm.
he's, top 10. And
If he's making money, if he's happy, then more power to him.
oh, yeah.
Hey, I'm happy if anybody can do something they enjoy and make.
Oh,
a
I'm sorry.
living.
De Niro's grandson was not shot. He was threatened to get shot. He died of an overdose. Apparently, they gave him a hot shot. So.
Yeah. Dan, what are you going to do on Next Man Standing? Donna's already asleep.
I'll be there.
Okay.
I might be a little bit late, but I'll be there.
Donna's asleep. Richie isn't feeling well. Dawn isn't feeling well. I haven't the faintest idea. Chris has said he will be there, so I guess we'll talk about music and whatnot for a while, and probably be a short show.
Because I know just as soon as I start rolling credits, John disappears.
Hey, I got stuff to do.
We all got stuff to do. Just depends on when we're able to get to them. Some of us have a little bit more flexibility in our schedules than others.
I got 2 sinks full of dishes right now.
They'll still be there when you get done.
That's kind of the point. He doesn't want them to be there.
I know that. I'm just being a smart ass and the occasional troublemaker, as my little tag says.
Oh, I know one that has just about disappeared.
Whom?
Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, but he's starting to come back.
He's just trying to find something he's interested in.
Well, plus fans have more or less forgiven him because the sequels were so damn awful. They made the prequels look awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and Jake Lloyd, the kid that played young Anakin.
Yeah, well, he got into trouble. I don't know if he's been able to pull himself out of the reckless lifestyle, but Hopefully.
Oh, he pulled out of it. What pushed him in was the fan backlash.
Yeah, but I mean, he was just a little kid. All these assholes that don't want kids to have fun. I mean, George Lucas himself said the Gungans were written for his little kids. I mean, hell, let the kids have something. The adolescents and the teenagers had the Clone Wars, and the adults had Revenge of the Sith. And everybody's fucking pissed off about the damn Phantom Menace because it catered to kids. Have a heart, you damn grouchy assholes.
Well, entirely the entire franchise was catered to kids. Basically, the kid in all of us.
Well, if you really go back and think about it, the people that are bitching about how bad the sequels were were the age the prequels targeted when Star Wars came out.
Yep. Oh, I held back, Carl, believe me. I was being polite. You don't want to get me. You don't want me to go there. That is not a nice place.
Tune in to Last Man Standing when Chris goes there.
Joe's caught a glimpse of it. A time or two. Just a glimpse. Even he don't know the full details.
Oh, I got a glimpse of it. There's supposed to be another box of cups. Yeah, I helped you look. And I'm not even staff.
Yeah, well, we got to start conserving our cups now.
Why?
We had 6 cases of cups.
You want me to bring this one back?
You can use it. We had 6 cases of cups. We're down to 2.
Yeah.
Like these or the
Yes.
other, the cheapos?
All the plastic ones. Because they used to provide them, now they don't.
Hey.
So we probably need to look into finding a supplier.
I say we go down.
Charge us an arm and a leg for them.
I said we go down Dollar General store, buy up all their cheap mason jars.
No, we don't need mason jars because broken glass is not a good idea.
No. I've been to too many cons where you walk out 7 o'clock in the morning just before you go to the breakfast bar and there's broken glass everywhere because some idiot took hotel glasses outside.
Well, the time Boomer laid his arm to the bone.
Yeah, that's another incident. Yeah.
Yeah, the boot mug. I need to find a picture of that and post it.
20 minutes, guys. 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're almost there.
I can make 20 minutes.
Yes, you can do it. I took a nap earlier.
What's a nap?
That's one of those things on your
time
phone.
where you fall asleep for a brief period, but that's not important right now.
BYOC, bring your own container.
Yep.
Doesn't everybody do that anyway? Everybody's got these sort of things.
Sort of.
Mm.
Some people do, some don't. Some forget them, some bring them. It's hit or
I'm
miss.
just glad all the COVID restrictions are gone. Thank God.
Yeah.
I always bring my own container. Ain't showing you what's in it.
There you are.
Ah,
Eventually.
He might let a few people he's on good terms with know.
Who?
Hey.
What?
I bought that bottle 6 months ago and I haven't emptied it yet. And it's not anything outrageously stout. It just tastes really, really good. So
What is that? The Statesman?
no, it's just port.
Oh,
No, that's
yeah. That stuff doesn't last long at a table.
Statesman.
that's why I have to
Kraken.
hide it.
Yeah. Basically, I'm not trying to hide it. It's just back here because I go, oh wow, yeah, I'm having some cheese and crackers and things. Oh, the port would go really well with that cheese. Okay, well I got it right here.
You know how you can take bottles and you can either hit them with the bottle cutter and just wrap a string or something around them and heat it up, and then cool it off real fast, and you can turn the bottle, sand it down, make a glass out of the bottle, drinking glass. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that would make an awesome. It's a little big, but it would make an awesome darn whiskey glass if you cut it right in here somewhere.
No, above the label.
That high up?
Yeah, it's a good sized whiskey glass for a convention. Last you a good 30 minutes.
But I do like the fact that they're bottles. Let me see if I can show you all this. I knew that wasn't going to work. That works. Darn you, green screen. Anyway, it's got the Made in Chattanooga thing on it. Made in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
I'd say, yeah. Preserve as much of that bottle as possible for the tumbler. Not just a little bit of it.
Might have to play around with that one day. I used to be pretty good at a glass cutter.
Save the top half for a funnel to pour bottles together.
We have plastic vodka bottles laying all over the house, and I use those, and they've got a nice tapered neck on them, so they make great funnels.
Cool, Chris.
Yeah, really.
Oh, damn. Come on.
Fading out?
Yeah.
Lightweights. Seriously.
Yeah, well, I've been up since 5.
Oh.
And I've not napped today, so.
Well, damn, Joe, you could have joined me on the green room last night.
I did pop into the green room.
I know, but
yes, he
didn't stick around when I got on. You missed it.
Oh Lord. And you got to remember, on Thursday nights at this time, I'm just about ready to shut down Last Man Standing, and I've got to go to work the next day.
Yep. But you only got what?
And
5
my alarm clock goes. Yep. 23 weeks starting Monday.
Okay.
Ah,
I
yeah.
wish I'd thought about this one.
Not even half a year.
Exactly.
A researcher says the first UFO crashed in Italy in 1933, and he has evidence.
Okay.
See what
Apparently-
Carl? What did you guys do last night? Carl had to clean up the green room when he got up this morning.
I don't know. I thought I exited it out, and that was all I needed to do. If there was something else I needed to do, I wasn't aware of it. So I apologize, Carl.
Megan and I were left unsupervised.
Then I joined in.
No, this is after you left, wasn't it?
No, because you got bowed out before me and she did.
Oh, okay. Well, you were left unsupervised with Megan. All right.
Yep.
Virtual raccoons.
Well, unfortunately, I do not have any say so in the virtual world.
Oh. Rocket, you got a lot to answer for. Garment.
Hopefully, no artificial limbs were harmed or stolen in this instance.
I was just kidding about the leg.
I still laugh too hard at that.
Oh, Lord.
I was not aware of Guardians of the Galaxy. Part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe or comic book universe or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I don't know if this is going to work. And then I watched the movie and I'm like, damn, I don't know how, but it works. And it was awesome.
Yeah.
And what was it? He says, Can you imagine the guy pitching this story to a bunch of movie producers? He says, okay, there's a talking raccoon and his pet tree. Okay.
Context is everything.
Virtual raccoons got brought up, and then I brought up Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Now,
Yeah.
I really wish they had saved Jeff Bridges to be Chris Pratt's dad. To be Star-Lord's dad.
Uh-huh.
Well, Kurt Russell was his dad in the movie.
Yeah. But if it had been Jeff Bridges, the story would have worked so perfectly. It would have been Starman.
Yeah. But you got to remember that
Green light means go. Red light means stop. Yellow light means go very fast.
what's his name of the Ravengers?
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of his name. Mary Poppins.
Michael Rooker?
Yeah, said that his dad was an asshole and Jeff Bridges, as Starman, wasn't an asshole.
Yeah, that guy was an asshole.
Yeah.
And he played Yondo, Joe.
All I could think of was Days of Thunder.
That's what I think of every time I think of Michael Rooker.
Well,
He played the Dale Earnhardt character.
Yeah.
It wasn't, he went by Rowdy Barnes,
Mm-hmm.
but it was Dale Earnhardt.
Well, if you were familiar with the Guardians of the Galaxy comics, they actually found out that Star-Lord's dad was a ruler of another interstellar empire way off to the side that we haven't gotten to in the movie universe yet.
Well, yeah, in the movie universe, he's one of the what do they call them? Celestials.
Yeah.
Which they're older than the galaxy. They watch the galaxy form.
Yep.
That's why they know so much about the stones or
The Infinity Stones.
I keep wanting to call them soul stones because I used to read Warlock's comic books, and everyone in the Warlock comic books had the soul stones.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, soul stone's just one thing.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
all the
now
Infinity
they've got. We used to there were like 5 or 6 or 7 soul stones. We were never really sure. Now it's just one of the Infinity Stones, so they changed it.
Yeah.
But I can remember there was a big war to get the soul stones in the Warlock comic books. He wound up. He's actually sort of the guy that invented the Infinity Gauntlet because he had the one soul stone in his forehead, and he would collect them from other people, and you would see them on the back of his hands and stuff. So,
well, that's the thing
he
about
didn't need a
gloves.
gauntlet; he just stuck them there.
That's the thing. That's the thing about gloves; they come in pairs.
Excuse me.
But yeah, you do have the different continuity between the comics and the movies because to condense what is it 50, 60 years worth of comics into
2 hours.
Basically, yeah, you do have to treat it like it was a salad bar and pick and choose the elements you think are going to work best.
I was reading something today on Star Trek, and it was talking about the J.J. Abrams universe, Star Trek.
Yeah.
But this video I was watching tied it all in really well, explaining about how the destruction of Vulcan changed the timelines and created the J.J. Abrams offshoot universe.
Mm-hmm.
And that maybe farther on down the line, that universe will actually cut back over due to some big Star Wars mystery that they solved.
Before the strike, they were in the process of writing the Star Trek 4, and it's supposed to correct the Kelvin timeline.
Well, the crazy thing is they had to do that because it was in the contract that there had to be a certain percentage of difference. And
there's a lot of people that complain about the Star Trek time travel, timelines and alternate realities and all that stuff. And that's just part of Star Trek from the early days of Star Trek. Going back in time all the damn time. Or, pun intended.
Well, what was it? The Yangs and the Khans.
Yep.
Omega Glory. And that one was written by Roddenberry himself.
And then there was the people that worship the sun.
Oh yeah, Bread and Circuses. The one that was the entire
Roman
planet
Empire
was a Roman Empire and never fell. And there was
I love the punchline of that one.
Yeah.
That was one that made you went, well, damn.
And of course, there was the one with the Nazis.
Yep.
And then,
City on the Edge of Forever.
Yep.
And then that was the Harlan Ellison pin one. What's the one that had the actual Constitution of the United States as the historical documents?
That's the first one.
That was
Omega Glory.
That was Omega Glory. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the one with the gangsters. I love that.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't an alternate. That was just a obvious violation of the
Prime Directive.
the Prime Directive. Let's see, the Mirror Universe. That one was the most obvious. Then there was the one with the
Gary
positive and the positive and negative universes colliding.
Yeah.
Because of this one guy. Well, it was two guys, but it was the same guy.
Yeah.
That's a very Doctor Who thing to say.
Oh yeah, the Assignment Earth.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the Gary 7.
Gary
with,
7.
Terry Garner.
Which one is the one with Frank Gorshin where they had black on one side, white on the other, and the other ones had them reversed?
Let this be thy last battlefield.
Yeah. That was actually one of the best acting jobs Frank Gorshin ever did.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing
And he was underrated as an actor.
The thing about Frank was he very seldom turned in a less than stellar performance, even if it was a B movie.
Yeah.
Hell,
Well,
even
he
in
was also
Invasion of...
funnier.
If you
than a lot
say
of people give him credit for.
if you say the Riddler, Gorsham's the only person you think of.
No, I think of both.
Yeah.
Hey, John Aston's Riddler was pretty frightening for a kids program.
Well, Jim Carrey's Riddler was pretty cool.
Yeah, but not.
But
it was campy over the top, but it was supposed to be. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gorsham's Riddler. Gorsham.
Yep.
Riddler.
And he had the distinction of being one of the few villains on that show that was actually frightening.
Well, I thought Burgess Meredith was underrated as Penguin.
Burgess Meredith has been underrated in everything he's ever done.
Yep.
He never got enough credit.
But my favorite one was the guy that played King Tut.
Victor
That
Von.
laugh of his cracked me up.
Yeah.
It was funny and scary at the same time.
Yeah, we're down to like 2 minutes to go, and it's 2 minutes 6 seconds. So
yep.
We're gonna say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand, and touched the face of God.
Life on the road's no good for animal.
Yeah, too many women, too many towns.
And in that